Welcome back to Nets Republic. I'm your host, Sever the Bond. Have we got some slandering to do today? It's not going to be against Ben Simmons because the bum didn't play, so can't do Ben for clicks this time. But we've got some slandering to do, and it's going to be for the other team. But before we get to that shenanigans, welcome back to Nets Republic. Leave a like on the video, pretty please. Go ahead, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. No sense in watching every single video if you're not going to go ahead and hit the scrippity scribe as well. So go ahead and handle that shenanigans. While you're doing that, I'm going to check to make sure that I am recording because I don't want to just be talking to myself for 30 minutes. But that's not here nor there. Hopefully this is not a 30-minute affair. I don't think I have that much to say. It's a pretty open and shut case. And the open and shut case is that if you are a New York Knicks fan, if you're the Knicks in general, especially this specific iteration of the team, it's time to give it up. Much like a Ben Simmons fan, it's time to give it up. Y'all have lost to us 9 consecutive times, and each time you do, it gets more and more laughable. Remember this time last year we played the Knicks and Cam Thomas gave you the final blow? You remember that shot? You remember that time that we traded basically our entire team for James Harden? We didn't have Kyrie Irving out there. It was Kevin Durant and basically no one. We traded away Karis LeVert, Jared Allen. Everyone was gone. Torian Prince, whole squad was gone. And it was just Kevin Durant and a bunch of dudes. I can't even remember who was on the team at that point. I'm going to keep it 1,000 with you because we done traded everyone for Harden. And you still couldn't beat us. I'll tell you, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Are you not embarrassed? It's embarrassing. Give it up. And there's just nothing special about the Knicks. You know what I mean? To have this type of arrogance, to have this type of whatever you want to call it, this gumption, this pent-up energy against us. Only to come up short 9 times in a row. Do you know since Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving have been playing for the Brooklyn Nets and have been playing, not were acquired, we're actually actively playing together, they have not lost. You know, even the biggest bum of all time, Ben Simmons, has a winning record against the New York Knicks, and not winning as in, oh, he won more games than he's lost. Ben Simmons has never lost to the New York Knicks. Ever. I think he's 16-0. He's getting up there to Undertaker status. I'm just... If Ben Simmons is able to keep his undefeated streak alive against your team and he doesn't even play, what does that say about y'all? And let's peel the curtains back. 7-Man, young 7-Man, the youngest of the 7-Men, the greatest there has ever been, has been on the internet for several years, and I don't hide from the waters I used to dabble in. Never once. I covered the Knicks for 7 years on this website. 7 years. Oh, God. I hit that 7 a little too strong. My bad. I covered that team for 7 years. So I'm aware of the ins and outs of the organization. I'm aware of who these individuals are. I'm pretty up to date on it. I don't know I don't know who McBride is. I don't know who that is. But I've got a good sense of where the fan base is. And I can tell you from personal experience being on the other side of the bridge. And that's what makes me such a toxic Nets fan, because I grew up with Knicks fans. That's what makes me so toxic. That's what makes me so slanderific. You feel me? But I think that's what sets me apart from other Nets fans, because y'all are just so nice. You just let people throw us down the stairs. Y'all don't be saying nothing back to these bums. Don't worry, that's why I'm here. I'll be the toxic one in the room. That's perfectly fine. I'm your friend that you can't take out anywhere, because if somebody, spills a drink on you accidentally, I'm flipping the table. If someone gets our order wrong, I'm the one You feel me? I'm the one going into the back of the kitchen like, yo, whose man's is this? We said boneless. We said boneless. That's me. I'm the guy you can't take anywhere. But former Knicks fan, that's just how we're raised. So I bring a certain amount of bravado to the Nets fandom. Something that I think is severely lacking. I think there should be more people slandering the players and other teams in the Nets community other than just me, but that's not here nor there. But my point is, I know the ins and outs. And I can tell you deep down in the soul of every Knicks fan, whether they want to admit it or not, they are tossing and turning, punching the air, and can't sleep at night. Do you know how much it has got to pain them? People want to get like on the train of, oh, Kyrie Irving haters are punching the air right now. I bet they can't take it. I bet they're really going through it. You want to know who's going through it? Knicks fans. Sitting there and watching Kyrie drop 21 points in the fourth quarter. I didn't say total. I didn't say over the first half. I didn't say in the second half. In the fourth quarter alone, Kyrie dropped 21 points. You got Tibbs over there, captain defense himself, and y'all can't stop Kai? Again, if it was Kevin Durant, you just got to chalk that up to, that's KD, we can't do nothing. But y'all can't stop Kyrie, and that's no shot at Kyrie Irving. But I'm saying the defensive identity that they try to take on. And you can't stop Kai. The man's barely 6 foot as it is. And who's he going up against? Oh, Mr. Nepotism himself, Jalen Brunson. That's the best y'all got. And every year there's a new bum y'all try to position against us to try and say, oh, watch out, Kyrie. Aren't you mad you didn't go to Knicks? You feel me? Every year it's someone different. It was Derrick Rose. It was Elfrid Payton. You feel it like every year it's someone different. Alec Burke has the height advantage. It's Kyrie. You even had an advantage because it was just Kyrie by himself. So you got Jalen Brunson, you got Emmanuel Quickly, you got McBride, you got that Deuce dude, you got all sorts of guards. Derrick Rose wasting away on the bench collecting dust, not doing nothing but getting retwist. You got all that talent and depth with your guards, and you can't stop Kyrie. I'm talking about you have the mismatch every single time down low. Give it to RJ Barrett, let him do his posty toasties, and let him go to work, and you still can't outscore him. Mr. I'm rated 87 on 2K, Julius Randle, trying to revive his career, still can't outscore Kyrie. And all this conversation of, oh, Claxton ain't this, Claxton ain't that, Jared Allen ain't this, Jared Allen ain't that, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge ain't this, Andre Drummond ain't that. It doesn't matter who we have at the center position. At least we're somewhat consistent with dudes being out there. When was the last time we even played Mitchell Robinson? That bum is always hurt. And I don't mean bum as in bum is a term of endearment, because I mess with Mitchell Robinson. I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't going to lie, I mess with Mitchell Robinson. There are not many things I cling to my past on, but I have fond memories of Mitchell Robinson, and I try not to slander Buddy, but my God, when is he ever out there? And that's the stuff that they try to flex on us, like, oh, but we got Mitchell Robinson, but we got Mitchell. He never plays. Buddy is never out there. And you can try to say, like, oh, try to get that off with him down there. I happen to think Claxton's taking him to town, don't you think? Oh, God. Oh, should have chugged the water before I did this. Throat's a little dry, I'm not going to lie to you. I also have a flannel on, jumping around and screaming and with lights on, so that might be a part of it. Or I'm just dying, I don't know. But at least if I sit here and die on camera, I witnessed the slaughter 9 times in a row. Claxton was playing out of his mind. And the New York Knicks can do whatever they want with Jericho Sims. I swear he gets swoller and swoller every year, but does less and less every time we see him. Let's go up and down their roster real quick. And then we'll get to how well everyone played, because I know y'all waiting on this Harris huddle. I know y'all waiting on this Harris huddle. I got something for you, but that's not here or there. Let's just go up and down the roster of the Nucleus Knicks and see who these bums are exactly. Knicks, that is an L. Knicks, that's an L. Knicks, that's a, every time I try to, look, my fingers on the touchscreen won't even let me start typing Knicks without putting an L. I don't know if it's because the keys are so close together or the universe knows that they're an L. I don't know which one it is, but that's neither here nor there. Knicks roster 2023. Let's see who they're working with. RJ Barrett. I think it's cute that he can make three-pointers now, but he's still not quite good enough. I mean, if we're talking about the hierarchy of them dudes, you got outplayed by Seth Curry. And not just statistically, when you went over to Coach K at the end of the game, he wasn't even trying to look at Buddy's direction. He got the Kyrie jersey. He getting daps up from Seth Curry and them. And then here come RJ Barrett with his little jersey. I would do the jersey swap too. Can I do the jersey swap too? They had pity on that man. They said, come on in. They treated him like a Make-A-Wish kid. They said, come on in. I suppose. I suppose. Hey, it's cute that he can hit threes now. But with all the mismatches he had all night with Seth Curry guarding him and switches of Kyrie and Joe Harris, and you can't get the job done, smells like a bum to me. And it's incredible how the Knicks continue to strike out with that Duke class. You get Cam Reddish, you get RJ Barrett, and you still get the worst of it. Ain't even sniffing Zion. Y'all really thought the supporting cast of that Duke class was going to get it done. Now you need Zion to go with it. But I don't want to bring up sore wounds for y'all. I don't want to bring up sore wounds for y'all. Let's just move over to the next person. But shout out to RJ for hitting a shot. Though I do have to say, with Steve Nash being his godfather, you know he was trying to go out there and win this one for Steve. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is another consolation prize that the New York Knicks organization tend to give to Knicks fans. As well, we couldn't get it done this time, but look what we got. Looky here, looky here. I call him Captain Nepotism because of all the nasty stories that they just snitching on him for, saying, oh, he been with Tibbs. Oh, he been with Jimmy Butler. Oh, his dad was a part of the team. You want to talk about tampering? You want to talk about illegal, suspicious activity? The fence is down in Mar-a-Lago. Sounds like they need to be an MSG. Nasty. And then Buddy ain't even that good. I'm talking about when he barrels down to the lane, he just running into folk. And it ain't like he getting fouled. It's just the age-old thing of if you're shorter and you initiate the contact, the refs will give you the call. I ain't see no skill. He just barrels down in the lane, and yeah, he might get the and one every now and again, but smells like a bum to me. Again, you got a backcourt of RJ Barrett and Jalen Brunson, and you can't stop the tag team of Joe Harris and Seth Curry? I smell frauds, personally. Fraudulent activity on the play. I don't need no frauds. I don't need no drama when you call. I don't need no lies. Pick a side, pick a side. I don't know if I ever told y'all, but I'm a barb. I feel like that's like on brand as anything else in the world, but I'm a pretty religious barb. The stuff she said about the vaccines, I'm not with all that, but musically, straight bar. That has nothing to do with anything. Just want to throw that out there for some little stuff in the bond trivia, but that's neither here nor there. So old people fight some barbs. There you go. Derrick Rose, I refuse to slander that man. He should be playing. Derrick Rose is a god. Derrick Rose is my favorite player of all time, so I have nothing negative to say about that man. John Morant could never, and I'll leave it at that, but that's not here nor there. Quentin Grimes, I feel like all I hear is that this man is a bucket and a half, yet all I saw were clanks from the little side mark that Walt Clyde Frazier will sit there and tell you is the shortest three in the whole gymnasium, but I saw a bunch of clanks personally, but that's neither here nor there. Ryan Artichoke, Arlington, who? Obi Toppin. Never got the hype with Obi. I'm not going to slander him because I'm not super familiar, but they was calling him like the next stat for a second, and I just feel like that's top flight disrespect. But Obi had a couple good looks, I guess. I would never want him anywhere near my team personally, but you know, it is what it is. And Knicks fans are so lame because it's like they'll sit there one season and say trade Julius Randle and start Obi Toppin, but then the next season they're like fighting to get Julius Randle into the All-Star game when he can't get more votes than Claxton. So fake, but that's not here nor there. Cam Thomas, we done already went there. Not Cam Thomas, my bad. Cam Reddish, we done already went there. We don't need to revisit that. I do have a Cam Reddish jersey, but from when he was on the Hawks. I wanted the John Collins one, but I had to settle for the Cam Reddish one, but that's not here nor there. Julius Randle. Oh, Julius. You know, back in the day, back in the Sever the Bond days, before the Nets Republic, back in the Sever the Bond days, we used to call that bum No Handles Randall. That's what we used to call that man back in the day. No Handles Randall. And it seems like we are in the exact same case 4 years later. That bum, I just don't, and see, when I get on to Kyrie Irving, when I get on to Kevin Durant, when I slander Ben Simmons, I'm holding them to a very, very, very Wiz Khalifa high degree. Like, I'm not grading Buddy on a curve. I have them up here with greatness. Like when I'm reviewing a Drake album, right? You can't come off of Take Care and give us Nothing Was the Same. And I know some of y'all are like 20 and like 15 years old, and that's the album that you first heard, so that's automatic. But let me tell you something for the old heads. You can't come off of Take Care and give us Nothing Was the Same and think it's just going to be okay. Buddy going to get out there and say, worst, all the people never loved us. People never loved us. I ain't know now. Still have scrub James with a toothbrush. No! But I hold Drake to a very high standard. That's why every time I review a project from him, I'm taking him to the cleaners because I expect more. So when I go at Kyrie Irving and I go at Kevin Durant, to a lesser extent Ben Simmons, because I want Ben Simmons to do the bare minimum, and he can't even do that. But that's not here or there. But Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, and Harden in a previous life, I held them to different standards because they are greats. They are some of the greatest of all time. Kyrie gets snubbed a lot in those conversations, but they're a masterclass of greatness. So they're going to get the flames. Julius Randle isn't even in the same conversation as them. I don't care what flash in the pan moment he has here and there. They're not even in the same stratosphere. I don't know who Julius Randle thinks he is. I think he thinks he's mellow. I really do. And again, take it from a man that covered Carmelo's entire career in New York. That is who that bum thinks he is. But he's not. When I say things like Kyrie's not that guy, I mean Kyrie's not a top 5 player. When I say things like Julius Randle's not that guy, I mean he shouldn't even be an all-star. He's a bum. He's an OG bum. And I will die on that hill, regardless what team I'm covering. Julius Randle is a fraud. And he might be tricking some of y'all. But once a bum, always a bum. And he kisses his son in the mouth. Bum! I mean, oh, I can't stand Julius Randle, but that's not here to there. Let's get to the rest of them. Evan Fournier, forgot he was even on the team. Apparently so does Tibbs. Emmanuel Quickly, he's cool. Wouldn't mind having him in the old white baskets. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mess with Quickly. I have nothing negative to say about Quickly. Isaiah Hartenstein. Who? Mitchell Robinson, nothing negative to say about my guy. I mess with Mitchell Robinson. I feel like there's others. Google's just not telling me. They've got a very, very deep roster of individuals, and I might be leaving some individuals out. I apologize if I am, but you get the general point. And I feel like if you lose to a team 9 times in a row, and again, not 9 road games or 9 home games, I'm talking in total, you have played a team 9 times consecutively and have lost every single time, whether you're at the Garden or at the Clays. It's not a rivalry. And I've apologized for my previous sins and my actions in my past life on the internet. Strictly from the standpoint of, I can tell you that to a Knicks fan, it is a rivalry. It's something they get up for. It's something they're excited about. It's something that, God forbid, if they were ever to win one of these games, we would never hear the end of it for them. This is their championship. Even being in the same building as us is their championship. If they were ever to even sniff a win against us, they would probably hang a banner up next to Phil Jackson's number or whoever it is they have up there. Like, it's that serious for them. But for the 9th time consecutively, Sever the Bond is going to get on camera and tell you something. We don't care. The Knicks are the last thing we are concerned about. And again, maybe other Nets people don't want to say things like that or don't want to acknowledge y'all, but I will, because I used to be one of you. So maybe you'll listen to one of your own. We don't care. We've never cared. You are not relevant. You're not a talking point. When we have conversations about the teams we got to get past to get to where we need to go, we never mention you. We don't care. It is a one-sided affair. Y'all are obsessed, and it shows. We don't care about y'all. We don't care what you do. But y'all can't seem to go to bed at night without having something to say about us. So Sever the Bond, on behalf of Nets Republic, is here to stake into the ground that this is not a rivalry between two teams. This is an obsession on one side that really needs to come to an end because it's pathetic. Y'all need to try to worry about things that are in your stratosphere and your realm. When you can consistently guard this guy, God, but your arms are too short to reach heaven. These bums can't stop the Hawks, and they want to sit there and come to us like we're like you're worthy of any form of acknowledgement. Bums the lot of you, and that's not even addressing your racist owner. But Seven, Josiah, and China, don't get me started on the Knicks. Do not get me started on the Knicks. The stuff y'all excuse. Like it's bigger than basketball. And it's always been bigger than basketball. The nasty stuff going on that y'all tried to cover, that y'all reached out to me to try and get me to not say anything back in the day. With Steve Mills. What's his name, Steve Mills? I can't even remember his name. But the last dude that was the general manager. Remember the nasty stuff y'all was trying to cover up? And y'all reached out to all sever the bond to try to get me to not say nothing on camera? You're filthy. Nasty, dirty, trash organization. Basement dwellers. I could say some other things, but I'm here on behalf of Nets Republic. So I'll hold my tongue, but I can keep going for another hour. Trust me. Just know that even though it was an entertaining game, it was a close affair, that the New York Knicks, basically at full health, were unable to stop Kyrie Irving and a bunch of three-point shooters in Claxton. Now, Claxton played amazing. Seth Curry played really well. Royce O'Neal played well. Joe Harris had... Jesus, Joe was on fire. I won't do the full Harris huddle because this video is already long enough. But trust me, Joe went off. Everyone played well. Claxton... Oh, God, Claxton's playing so well right now. Oh, God, Claxton's playing so well right now. It's ridiculous. The homie, Watanabe on my wrist. We ain't said that in a minute. On my wrist. Man's playing out of the box. Beautiful performance. And Kyrie Irving. Oh, Kyrie. I will say it was against the Knicks, but I'll be fair. Kyrie Irving, on his own, led us to a victory in clutch time. Played incredible. Shout out to Kyrie Irving. Great job. Do this more often. Shout out to Kyrie. But the main takeaway is that if you see a Knicks fan on the street or see him at work on Monday, I want you to walk up to them. Walk up to them. And you can tell them Sever the Bond sent you. They know who I am. They remember the kid. Walk up to them. And I want you to just do this. If it's possible, I don't mean to be ableist, so if it is possible, just hold up 9. Just hold up 9. Because we have wiped the floor with you 9 games in a row. Now back to the basement with you while we try to win this championship. Who we playing next? It's despicable that we even have to talk about these bums. I mean, like, how many more times do we have to beat them? This is like when your younger sibling is trying to get some more on Super Smash Bros or something like that, and they done lost like 1,100 times in a row. And it's like, no, but let me just get one more. Let me just get one. How many times do we have to beat you? They was calling Dominic Mysterio in the Royal Rumble. That's why this video's late. I had to watch the Rumble. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought Sami Zayn was going to win, but that's not it. I won't spoil it for you if you didn't watch. But they was calling Dominic Mysterio a cockroach because he wouldn't go away. And Corey Graves was saying that at the end of the world, there's only going to be 3 things left. There's going to be cockroaches, Twinkies, and Dominic Mysterio. You can put the Knicks in there too. Because it doesn't matter how many times we stomp them out. How many times we annihilate them, we spray the raid, you feel me? We spray the bum be gone. They're still there. And a lot of y'all are saying, well, Sever, what do you want from them? They got to follow the schedule. It ain't their fault. No, they should forfeit. We shouldn't even have to play them. You beat a team 9 times in a row. We shouldn't even have to play them anymore. They should have to have a play-in tournament to play us in the regular season. I mean, it is embarrassing. It's a waste of our time at that. We didn't even have TJ Warren out there. They still lost. Bums. Let's load up the Brooklyn Nets app and see who we play next. Before I get mad, we are playing Lakers. I'm sure that the media at large is going to make a bigger deal of this game than it really is. But I'm excited for it. Should be interesting to see what Kyrie Irving is able to do against LeBron and Anthony Davis. You know, the storylines write themselves. But if you ask me, that's more of an interesting game than having to beat up on the Knicks. I mean, it's boring. It's boring. We're like playing with our food. It's boring. What, Twakaboo, you got a team's number. We got it on speed dial.